communication is one of these fields where we would love to improve and still make just a lot of mistakes. And the Bible speaks a lot about this. And yesterday we talked about Psalm 141, verses 3 and 4. And I would just like to mention one more point on that. And welcome this morning for the simple truth from the Word of God. So let me just read those verses. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the doors of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties. And today I would like to focus on this second part, on this last part of verse 4. Let me not eat of their dainties, incline not my heart to any evil thing. When we think about speaking, of course our first thought is what comes out of our mouth, and that's what we talked of the other day. But would like to point out another thing that actually we heard in the men's class just a few evenings ago. It was a great point made very well, and this is how it sounded. What we hear is what we speak, and that's a great point. And when it talks about here in Psalm 141 about let me not eat of their dainties, when people start gossiping, when stuff starts coming out of their mouth against others, it is one of those very pleasing, very tasty things for us. I hear someone talk down on someone else, and as they talk down on them, I think in my heart, I don't think in my heart, I just feel elevated because they're talking down on them. But of course I am not touched, and I feel, so it can be very tasty to talk about other people behind their backs. And the psalmist here is saying, let me not become a worker of iniquity. But in saying that, he's saying one more thing: let me not eat of their dainties. Let me not eat their tasty little tidbits, their morsels. Why would I go that way? And that's a great point. What I listen to is what I will also speak myself, because my heart will be filled with it. And we know this is also biblical teaching, that the mouth speaks out of the fullness of the heart. And what I listen to is what I will speak. And then we could add one more point to that, and that is that then what I speak is what I will hear back. But let's not go there now. But simply this truth, that I need to decide in my heart what I fill my heart with. I need to decide about my heart. Yeah, that's better. What I fill my heart with, and as I decide that, I am actually deciding to think in a healthy way, to speak in a healthy way. Also, even though I am just making decisions about my ears, what I'm listening to, I'm just making decisions about what I hear. And in Psalm 59, I think it's verse 7, it says there are those people who well, in the King James it says they belch out with their mouths, swords are in their lips, for who, they say, does hear. And this is true. Some people are very careless about their words. They pour out the Hebrew word there about this belch out. It is actually for a multitude of words, like outflowing, outpouring words. It is talking about much talk carelessly. And who do I listen to? Who do I hear? Do I listen to people who will talk a lot and carelessly and pour out stuff? And is that going to be my focus? If I do, I'm filling my heart with something, and then as I fill my heart with that, it will influence me, and my speech will be like of theirs. But I have a choice to listen, let's say, to the Word, and to the Word of God, and to the wisdom that is given to us by God. And that's going to fill my heart with a different content. I have a choice to pray for others, to fill my heart with a different content. I have a choice to think in love towards others and believe the best, and then not fill my heart that way. And then, lo and behold, wonder of wonders, what comes out of my mouth will be of a different quality. God bless you with that. This is one of the great lessons in life. In the book of James we read about it. This is one of the hardest lessons for all of us. That's all right. but we are learning, we're growing, and this is God's call in our lives, obviously. God bless you with that truth for today.